Oh, ow. Just hit the wall. And so it's now the start of another week, and it is day 80 of the vlog. Yes, I am lying on the floor doing the sit-ups. So yeah, in terms of today, we're going to look at hitting the wall. So I have looked at things before, like distraction techniques and how to sort of get rid of boredom, and some strategies as well to avoid sort of being low on energy on the day. So when I say about hitting the wall, I'm not looking at so much how to prevent it happening in the first place. So things like caffeine I've seen, and making sure you keep eating, because I'm going to do that anyway. But there's probably a time where a plan isn't going to work. So 62 miles, I'm not expecting my master plan to suddenly go to perfection. I think there's going to be some difficult moments. So I'm going to look at some of the strategies online that are recommended if you do hit the wall and you hit that phase where you're absolutely knackered and your legs have gone to jelly, what you can do to stop it. There's some different ones, I have to say. I think some are good. I don't think some will work for me. So let's give them a try. I think I've got about 6 today. But first, got to finish my sit-ups. Look at a few things today as well. So I've also started something called a Twinkle Tally. Essentially, how many times have I gone to the toilet today? So I'm going to sort of keep a tally of it today. And the reason that is I realise there's 9 stops during the event. And they say you're only meant to go to the toilet at these stops. Going to the toilet 9 times, even though you're going to be sweating and stuff, doesn't sound very much. So I'm going to keep a tally of how much I go to the toilet today. So I've just basically done one. So, right. What are the strategies during the run, though, most importantly? So I have a few. To ignore caffeine, because, we know that's prevention more than anything. So per 2K today, I've got to do all these strategies. So one is smile. They just say just smile and just look really happy and just sort of be positive during your run. So positive sort of talking. Find fun. So make a little game while running. Haven't really thought of that yet, but I will do. Something called chunking. So breaking the run down into stages. And every time you do that, say you run 2K, which we'll do with it, you're going to get a treat. So if I complete today's run, be like 12K, I get all 6 of these treats as an option. And then we'll roll a dice later, and the option is something I'll do today. So that could be sitting in the sun, as it's a nice day, having an extra coffee, garden cooking, pamper session, so, shaving, whatever, music and dance, and a shopping trip to Savers. So it's like a little holiday there. So anything I do, if I do 12K, I'll be able to have all 6 of them. So I've got to do 2K to get each one. Mental maths, something that Paul Radcliffe does. She used to count to 100 and back or something, which was like an inner focus. Mantras, so right on arm. So I have done it. You probably can't really see. You can't, but I have written on the inside of my arm and stuff. This side says form is temporary. It doesn't. It looks terrible because it was my wrong hand. The other side says class is permanent. So when I'm struggling, I'm going to look at them just to motivate myself. Name the villain. So that inner voice that's on your shoulder, basically, saying you can't do it, you're going to give them a name. So they said Lazy Larry on the bit I found. And yeah, that's going to be the strategy. So we'll see which one works. And as I said, 2K per one. And hopefully they'll make a difference. But feeling good anyway. But my hamstring's still tight, so I might need that extra motivation. Not gonna lie, I'm doing the first one, which is smiling. But if you ever try to smile when you're not genuinely smiling, you just feel creepy. So it's actually making me smile normally in the end. I just ran past her and I was like this. It's almost like I'm just showing my teeth like I'm going to the dentist. So yeah, look, if I smile like this, I can't see this because of the reflection, but does that not just look weird? I think that looks strange. But in some ways it's making me laugh. And it is making me feel happier. So maybe, in its own weird way, I know there's science behind this. But actually, if you do smile, even if you're putting it on, you do feel happier. So yeah, maybe that's it. Or maybe it's the fact my hamstring feels better. A lot better. And also, I've done my first couple of K. So I've already got the first thing on my treat list which is sit in the sun. If I roll a 1 today, I'll be able to do that. Anyway, on to the next one. The next one we're going to do is find your fun. So I'm doing these in a funny order now, but the one I saw, as you just would have seen, was the guy rated the food at the rest stop. So I might do that on the day. I quite like that. But I'm going to go. I was obviously king the other day. If I was Prime Minister, what would the 5 things I would change? So, first one, I had to pay 20p to the toilet the other day. There'd be no paying for any public toilets. What else would I do? 4-day working week, because I think everyone would just be happier, which would be nice. I think there should be a mandatory thing at work as well, where you have to stop for half an hour every day and do a group fitness exercise. I'm not getting anyone's vote here, am I? For like half an hour of star jumps or something. What else would I do? Oh, let me have a think. That's tough. See, it's tough thinking on the move though, but actually, I suppose the whole theme of it is, again, to try and get through if you hit the wall. And it is, I've stopped thinking about where I am, and I'm feeling really good. Now there's a car behind me. Won't get that in the Ultra. Two, 3, 4, 5. See, for me, I think that internal counting doesn't really work. So I'm going to do the alphabet, but I'm going to do football clubs A to Z. Arsenal, Bolton, Chelsea, Derby, Everton, Fulham, G, Gillingham, E, G, H, and Huddersfield, I, Inverness, J. Oh, football club with J. See, again, I don't know if this would work though, actually, because if you've hit the wall at this stage, you're probably not going to be really thinking about it. So maybe the numbers would work if I was a bit more tired. But counting 1 to 100, I know it's repetitive. I get it. I think I'd find that boring. I think I'd probably just talk about things I like. So fish, eggs, running sometimes. The negative Nelly is telling me that while on my shoulder I've still got 5k to go, and I'm saying back, well, yeah, but I've also done 8k, which means I've got 4 out of my 6 treats, and that extra one might potentially be 2, which would be an extra coffee. But even if I don't get the extra coffee, when I get back I'm going to have one anyway. So, all is good. And, you know, I'm 8k more along, I'm over halfway, and sun's out, hamstring's better. And yeah, Nelly, you're going to have to, if you've got a problem with me, you're going to have to deal with SpongeBob later. So, yeah, I'm good. I don't think this one would work for me. The writing on the arm hasn't really worked. The form is temporary and class is permanent. Well, form is temporary, just looks like Tom Temp now, where I didn't write it very well and it's smudged. And well, if I didn't know it said class is permanent, I wouldn't be able to read it. So
yeah, I'd probably have to prepare a bit more for that one. But again, if I've hit the wall, I'm not sure that would really change my opinion. You know, I'm quite stubborn, so yeah, I've got one more that I'm going to just mention, and I think this one would work better for me. So I think the last one for me would probably be perspective. You know, just keep it simple, really, because at the end of the day, it's just putting one foot in front of the other. And today is a bit of a sad day, really. So 5 years ago was when Nanny Chris passed away. So, you know, time's flown by with that as well. But she didn't have a lot of luck at times. I don't want to make this sad, but she didn't have a lot of luck at times. But she never really moaned. I mean, she liked to whinge and have a go at times about silly things. You could see it in her face when she wasn't happy. But she just liked the simple things, like an ice cream, watching The Weakest Link and Deal or No Deal. And yeah, just liked family, and as I said, just those really simple things she enjoyed. And actually, I'm doing this. I chose to do this. Obviously, of course, I want to help the charity, but you know, a challenge for me is not a challenge. It's something that, you know, you can look back on and go, I really enjoyed it in the end. The challenge is good. It's good to push yourself a bit. As I said, ultimately, it's just putting one foot in front of the other. And I'm going to treat it as a nice sort of day out. Even if it's going to be difficult, I may hit the wall. Just treat it as fun. Because ultimately, that's what it is. It's something to be proud of as well, hopefully. And as I said, those little things you moan about, sometimes you think they don't really matter.
Say I do hit the wall on the day and all these strategies don't work. There's something Nanny Chris did teach me. Sometimes you've just got to say it and just let it all out. So you're going to roll your sleeves up if it's going badly, and you're going to say these two words: bloody armholes, and that will get me through the challenge. Tell you what, in some cases, physically hitting a wall as well, that works. So I managed to complete the run, and I did 9 miles, 14k. So essentially, I actually have an extra sort of treat I could have, really, because technically 7 times 2 is 14, so I should be able to have 7 treats. But anyway, diet only has 6 sides. So what one am I going to get? So they're all in play here. Sit in the sun, extra black coffee, garden cooking, pamper session, music and dance, or shopping trip at Savers. We're ready. I'm going to throw it in the air. Number 5. So today we are going to have a music and dart session. Yes, I can play darts for ages again. Honestly, the only time I ever do is for the vlogs. So yeah, we'll do that one. Maybe I'll do another one as well later just to treat myself, but I'm very happy with that. It's time to get this rubbed off. Actually, it's not as much as I thought. Anyway, shower. Do I think I will use any of those if I do hit the wall during my ultra? Definitely the treat one. I really like that. I don't think I'd use any of the others, to be honest, because unless you believe in them, I don't think they really work. So a lot of it's about self-belief. You know, if you think you've got this person on your shoulder and you can genuinely tell them, right, shut up, I'm going to do it, then great. But I think you've got to be really strong in your mind to do that. Whereas with the treat thing, if say you get to sort of 60k and you're struggling, I'm thinking of doing maybe £1 a k. So every time I run 1k, I give myself £1 to spend. So hopefully by the end I'd have £100 to buy a treat for myself after the ultra. But say you get 75k, like, I can't do it. You've got £75 still. But I think that'll give me that extra motivation to just carry on. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, and maybe think of some other ideas of how I can, treat myself the more I go. So yeah, that's my plan, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's it. I quite like those ideas. There's plenty of ideas online, but you've got to listen to yourself. You know kind of what works for you. The best advice is the one that you use for yourself. You know what works, as I said, because if someone tells you something works, yeah, it works for them, but we're not all the same. We're complicated human beings. So, yeah, treat yourself. That's my one. To the gym. I've got cotton pads in at the minute, but they keep falling down, so it makes me quite uncomfortable. But yeah, definitely need them in because the ankle's hurt again. So annoying. Doesn't hurt running, but yeah, number 5 now on my Twinkle Tally. But yeah, I didn't bring it with me. Just thought I might get some strange looks.
Hard to cook this week, but I'm giving cheese an go today. Not the biggest fan of cheese, but having it melted on a flatbread.
I apologise to anyone who's a cheese expert, but I've melted it, put ketchup on, and a bit of pepper, and now I'm going to roll the cucumber into it, and we'll see if this is a new Harry recipe that I can enjoy. Moment of truth. There's no cheese in that bit. Oh, next bite. I like it. Right, so my treat today, as I said, was dance and music because of my amazing runs. When that's the treat essentially. But I want to add some fitness challenges to playing again because I enjoyed doing them before. So the first one, the bullseye is going to be covered with this paper. Now, if I hit the bullseye, I'm going to have 3 attempts at it, or 3 throws, so 9 darts. If I get a bullseye, so basically through the paper in the middle, I get to go to I keep saying Specsavers. I get to go to Saves today to buy more bits. So that extra sort of, I think I put that down as number 6 on the dice, but we'll go today if I hit it. So I'm going to stick this paper over the bullseye and we will see how we get on. That's definitely not in. Don't think that is. No, they're definitely not in. Let's just double check that one. No, right. Terrible first effort. 6 more darts. Nowhere near. Oh, these are terrible. Just realised I've just taken the darts out and I never even looked. They weren't in anyway. Right. Oh, that one might be good. Oh, look at this. Don't know if you can see that in there. That is very close though. One more go because I didn't look at the second visit to see if it went in. I know it wasn't in, but one more go. Come on, Harry. Oh, they're not going to be in. Rubbish. Okay, on to the next challenge. Apologies for the light in here. I've got the darts light on. It's bright outside, but I don't want to move the camera. Anyway, I've been told I can still go to Savers if I can complete this second challenge. I've got one of my wrist weights on. Essentially, I need to score, let's do 9 darts again, over 200 points. And if I do, I get to go to Saves and buy them a bit still. So I need to score over 60 on average per visit. So 200 points. Let's see how I get on. I've never thrown with a weight on my arm before. So let's see. Oh, that is really hard. Whoa. I can barely let go of it. Ugh. Right, that was complete fluke, but 25, 44, 49. I'm not getting over 200. I've set myself up for failure here. Oh. 6, 13, 20, 33, 39, 79, 88 so far. Right, look how hard this is. You'll see me now throwing. This is impossible. Okay. That is so heavy. 6, 18, can't do it. Right, I've got one more challenge. If I don't complete this one, I'm going to be able to do that savers trip. Okay, then final challenge. I'm left-handed. I'm going to use this, squeeze it 10 times. That really is hard, that's heavy. And then I'm going to throw, again, 9 darts every time I've done this. Oh, I haven't done this for ages. My hands have got weak. Right, and I have to hit a bullseye. So I have to do 10 of them after every throw. If I don't hit the bullseye, 9 darts, I have lost. Come on, Harry. I want to go to Savers. Need to buy some sponges. Oh, is that in? Look at this. First start, we are off to Savers.
It is lovely along here, but more importantly, we have been to Savers. I don't know if you can see that in there, but there are sponges. I've bought scourers this time, hoping that might help, and some chewing gum, and 2 more lots of Cairo felt. So yeah, well stocked, but it's annoying this shoe digging in. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's just the bruise from the other day, but I have still got one more pair of these. Maybe these have just got really flat and I just need to change them, but we'll hold off for now.
That's it for today. It's been a good one, hasn't it? I have to say, I've really enjoyed looking at hitting the wall and obviously some of the strategies that are out there. Of course, I didn't hit the wall today, so it's very hard to know how effective they'd be, but I do like the treat one. And actually, I have to say, I feel like I've double treated myself going to Savers as well, and obviously playing the darts and music. Got 2 lots of felt, some chewing gum, and then I got these scourers and the same sponges that I had before as well, so I'm absolutely sorted with everything now as well. And I've decided to have 3 of my 6 kind of treats today, because I'm also finishing off with an extra black coffee. Yeah, in terms of tomorrow, I'm thinking of looking at music. There's a lot that says about how faster paced music and a certain amount of beats per minute increases your performance, so maybe we'll have a little look at that tomorrow. 13 was my tally, by the way, on my Twinkle Tally, so that's not too bad. If you went twice at a station, that means you'd have 18 wheeze essentially without having to go into a bush. So yeah, it was an interesting little study for myself anyway. But yeah, looking forward to the music one. Weather looks like it's going to be great as well. So yeah, just been very lucky with the train. Let's just hope it doesn't rain on the day. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Oh, bloody armholes, that's hot.